Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn about the components lifecycle hooks. So what are the lifecycle hooks that are available in the components and what are the new additions that has been added in our Angular 16 or 17. So the recent upgrades, let's try to see it. So first of all, we need to know about what is a component lifecycle. So it is a sequence of steps. It's a series of steps. What I can say is it is a series of steps that happens between the components creation and its destruction. So when the component is created and the component destroyed, so what are the series of steps it will happen. So in this each step we can trigger a method. Okay, so we can be able to know in each step. So these are called as in life cycles. The sequence of steps is called as in life cycles. So now what I will try to tell you is, so here in which manner we can write this one is, so I told you, right, the component creation until the destruction. So the series of steps I will be telling you, right. So these lifecycle hooks that relate the Angular application are implemented as a functions that accept a callback. Okay, so these are all implemented using a functions as a callback. So first I will try to tell you one by one. The first one is the constructor. Okay, so the creation. So the component creation is called as a constructor. Now here let's try to create a new component. Here ngGC I will create lifecycle hooks. So this is our new component which we will be creating so that we can learn all the lifecycle hooks that are available in the component. So we will try to learn one or three in this video. So now we have created the component. Let's go to the app.component.ts file. So here we will introduce this lifecycle hooks component, and let's go to the app.component.html file. Okay, and here I will comment out this one also so that we can have a clear view. And here I will be writing the div, and in this one app-lifecycle hooks. Okay, so this is the component. Now if you try to see here, so we will be able to see lifecycle hooks works. So now the first component which you need to learn about this one is the lifecycle hooks.component.ts. The first component which you need to learn is the constructor. Okay, so this constructor is JavaScript. This one is a standard JavaScript class constructor, runs when Angular instantiates the component. So that is one thing. So here when the component is first time created, so this is a standard JavaScript one. So constructor will be fired. So here I can write console.log constructor. So this is the first one which will be called constructor called. So this one is the one. So next one is the ngOnInit. Okay, so this ngOnInit. So these are all change direction things. So ngOnInit runs once only. This one will run only once after Angular has initialized all the components inputs. So when the Angular components inputs, so there is nothing but @input I have shown you, right. So those all after initialization has initialized, then this ngOnInit will be fired. So this one will fire only once. So this ngOnInit method runs after Angular has initialized all the components input with their initial values. A component's ngOnInit runs exactly once. This step happens before the component's own template is initialized. So that means before the component template. So here the component template is lifecycle hooks.component. So before this initialization only, this ngOnInit will fire. This means that you can update the component state based on the initial input values also. So here you will be writing ngOnInit. Okay, ngOnInit. So this one is the method. So here you can write such a way that console.log ngOnInit fired. So this one will be fired only once. So now if you try to see here, if you see here, so now what has happened, so we need to save it. So ts we are using HTML, it is there, and if you try to refresh this page, this one is not getting console. I think maybe my problem. So I need to restart this server again. Let it restart. Now I have restarted the server. So now if you go to the inspect element, you will be able to see in the console. See now the first one is the first one which has been called the constructor. Then afterwards ngOnInit has been fired. I told you, right, ngOnInit it will fire after Angular has initialized all the components input. So that means let's go to the app.component.ts file. So here we are having a title, right? Let's try to send this title. So here I will be sending this title. Title is equal to title. I am setting the title, the dynamic one, and here in our lifecycle hooks.component I will receive this title @input, okay, which should be imported from the Angular, okay, @input. Here what is this error we are getting? Decorators are not valid here, okay, fine. So let's try to write it here. @input title, okay, is equal to empty. So I have declared it in initial value. Now here we got the value, right? Now if you try to see the output for this one, so here constructor ngOnInit is fired. So now let's say that name, we have a name is equal to empty, okay. So here I can write something like this dot name is equal to title, this dot title. So we can initialize it, okay. And here also on ngOnInit also this dot name plus is equal to added on ngOnInit. So you can change the variable names also in the ngOnInit. Why? Because the template will not be rendered by that time. So here if you try to write it, here you can use the name also. So now if you try to see here, so now here we are able to see lifecycle hooks and all those things. Name we have introduced it, and here we are using the name empty, this dot name plus is equal to added on ngOnIt. Okay, so we are sending title as empty. I think we are sending the title as empty. Why we are sending the title as empty? So we are not sending it, right? Let's try to see it in our app component.html. Title is equal to title, and in our app component.ts file title is equal to Angular basics. So it is there. So what could be the issue again? I think maybe I need to restart the server. Let me restart the server again. So this is what I want to explain you. For example, if you try to see here, this dot title when I am trying to fire it, so we are getting it as empty, whereas in ngOnInit this is available. So now what we can do here, see this dot name, you can add it, you can remove it here, and you can add it in this one, okay. This dot is equal to, and here I can write this dot title, okay, plus, and we can add it like this. Now this one we will be able to see the output, right? So now in our app component.html we can add the title here, and we will be able to see the output. So this is how we will be the lifecycle hooks will be fine working. Constructor means at the component creation. In this place the input properties and all the things will not be available for you. Whereas in ngOnInit, when immediately the input properties and all those things are initialized, ngOnInit will fire. So on ngOnInit fire, so if you want to update the variables or anything using the input variables means you can update it. So this step happens before a component's own template is initialized. So that is the main thing. You can update the component state based on its initial input values and all those things. You can update it here. So this is what I want to explain you. And these are the two main creation. What I can say is components thing, which will be running exactly once when the component is created. So when the component is first instantiated, constructor will be executed, and afterwards ngOnInit will be executed when all the inputs of this component has been initialized with their initial values. So these are the two things. In the next video, we will try to learn about the ngOn changes and ngOn destroy also. I will explain you clearly about this one also. I will commit this code in our new branch, that is nothing but 13-video. Okay, so whoever may be having doubts or anything, so I will be providing the GitHub repository URL in the description below. So if you are having doubts or anything, you can refer to that code. And I will get lifecycle hooks, right? So as usual, so if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.